everyone, welcome back to another video. And today we have with us Nanak. He currently is doing his BCom honors from SRCC, and he is also a gold medalist at the South Asian Aquatic Championship in 2016, which was held in Sri Lanka. So, hello Nanak,
Hi, Achintya.
how are you doing?
Yeah, great.
So, you faced an injury a couple of years back. So, could you explain how did this incident happen and describe more about your injury?
Yeah, so Achintya, I feel like injury is kind of starting point for my competitions. As all the competitions I remember, almost I got injured in all of those. But in 2017, I guess I suffered from slip disc, which basically, in simple terms, we can say that we have a cushion in between of our vertebrae, which got dislocated. So I guess that was the biggest injury. While I was lifting some very heavy weights, not in the gym though, somewhere outside, so I got that pain. But what I think that it wasn't because of that. After that, it was just a normal pain, just a casual pain. But I kept swimming. I kept forcing myself into the pool. So I guess that's somewhere it started paining a lot more than before, and that's the point when I realized that it's something more than pain. Yeah. So that's the thing.
Okay. So as you mentioned about the injury, so how did you recover from it, and what was the any treatment that you were taking outside your home or in the hospital, and how did you take appropriate precaution and rest to recover from that injury?
Yeah, so as I told you, well, slip disc is something that cannot be recovered. In most of the cases, 90% of the cases, it cannot be recovered. So it just can get better. So for the first year, I was on rest, in which for 3 4 years, I guess approximately, I was on bed rest totally. There were a whole lot of precautions like I cannot bend, I could not bend, and I was not even able to walk. I had to wear my back belt every time, and many more. And even the doctor said that whether you can get better by taking care of yourself, by doing regular exercises, by taking physiotherapy sessions, or whether they will do a surgery. So I was kind of very scared at that time. So after that, I maintained myself, and I took proper care of myself. I did all the exercises I was supposed to do. I took physiotherapy sessions for a very long time. So yeah, I got better eventually. It took some time, but yeah.
So being a swimmer, we are supposed to avoid and try to not get injury very often. So how did you plan the track back into swimming, and how did you resume your training post your recovery, like post the injury?
So what I think is not only swimmers, but all the sports person have to be very careful about this, because this is something that can actually destroy a career. Uh, I've also heard this, and I guess you also have heard this before, that if a swimmer stops practicing for 3 days, he or she goes back for a week.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the point that they need to understand the significance of our practice. Uh, well, the field we are in, which requires a lot and lot of practice, and for that, has a lot of care. So a sports person should always take care of themselves. They should always be, very careful. Mostly in the competitions, because most of the sports person actually do something stupid in the competition, as I did. So that's the point. You have to be very careful in uh, your whole sports life. Well, about me, I gradually started kicking in the water after that year, then pull, and then I eventually I started swimming back, and then it got better. But as I told you, it's something which cannot be recovered. So I have this thing with me forever now, and I have to deal with it. I have to take it with me forever. So yeah, Yeah, that's it.
So you're kind of a partially recovered from the
Yeah,
injury,
we
and
can
you have.
say that. Yeah, because even now there are some things that even today, if I get a joke in my back, or if I do something wrong, or if I lift weights in wrong manner, so I get the back and get the back pain, and it's not even for like 2 or 3 days. I get it for almost a month. So that's the point. Even I have to be very very careful about this now.
So while dealing with this injury, so were you mentally challenged, and did you face any issues that broke you down mentally?
Yeah, so see, Achintya, well, of course, it was a bit depressing for me and also a lot challenging for me. As for the whole year, I was not able to walk. I was not able to go anywhere without my wheelchair. I have to carry my wheelchair everywhere. Uh, so yeah, it was a lot depressing actually. And the main part which drove me crazy was that I was not able to swim. Like
Yeah,
I just saw swimmers while swimming in front of me, and I wanted to swim so hard that I cannot even tell you. But it was that way only that I couldn't swim. So, but the main thing after I recovered was that when I actually started swimming, I had totally forgot how to swim. I actually got that doubt that do I actually know how to swim? So that was the main part. But that's the thing. As I told you, everything takes time. I got better eventually. Yeah, so that's the thing, that be strong and just never give up.
that's great. So what can swimmers do to avoid these injuries? Like, are there any specific exercises or any precaution they can take? And what should be your advice to the swimmers?
Yeah, so see, Achintya, I think that this is a very general thing. Well, everyone knows this thing, but most of us are very ignorant about this thing, including me. So the main thing, what I main part where I think it's very important for a swimmer or for a sports person to do is proper warm up, proper cool down, and proper stretching. These three things, are the roots of a plant. We can say that.
Yeah,
So every swimmer has to be very serious about these things, but most of us are very ignorant. 90% 90% swimmers, 90% sports person got injury, I think, because of this thing, because of their ignorance towards these parts. Well, I have practiced with a lot of great swimmers. So what I you know saw in them is that they are very serious about these things. They are very efficient in their manner, like Kushagra Rawat and Advait Page. So these swimmers are the best because they do their practice as we all do, but what they do extra is that they are very serious about these things, swimming and warm up and cool down. So what I think, that if you want to be the best, you cannot be best by focusing in just one particular area. You have to focus in every part and every area, and you have to be better in those areas. So that's the way that you can be outstanding.
that's cool. So thank you, Nanak, for joining us and giving so much information about the injury and how to take care of it. And I hope all the aspiring swimmers will have a great knowledge and know how to tackle it, and will avoid all the injuries, like doing the, as you mentioned, doing the warm up and the cool down and stretching would help them avoid injuries. So I guess swimmers will do and follow your tips. Thank you, Nanak, again,
Thank you,
once again.
Achintya. Thank you. Thanks a lot.